Some good news for a change. As we all know, the COVID restrictions are going to be going and we have to learn to live with the virus. And also on the 25th of March this year, all COVID restrictions for rent arrears and forfeitures will come to an end. Unfortunately, it does not mean that as enforcement agents we can go out there and start enforcing on any arrears that have occurred during COVID. That debt will be ring-fenced by the government, and they are advising all landlords and creditors to enter into the negotiations with their tenants. Once you've entered into a negotiation and you come to a legally binding arbitration rule, then the tenant is to pay some of the arrears and their normal monthly obligations. This will unfortunately highlight those businesses which are not profitable and those which really should have closed up shop some months ago. It is a shame, but some people have just been hanging in there until the final knockings. So going forward, from the 25th of March, enforcement agents will be allowed to collect outstanding rent and forfeit on commercial leases for any future debt. We can't do the previous debt during COVID, as we've already said, but of course, the Great Reset, if you want to call it that, will be that if your rent is due in advance from the 25th of March, after the statutory period, whether that be 14 days or 21 days, we will be able to go in and collect your rent as normal. But of course, we would always recommend, where possible, that you enter into negotiations with your tenant, try and come to a suitable repayment plan. After all, you don't want an empty business and you want to minimize the problems. If your rent is outstanding and you've tried everything, then of course you're left with no option. We're never the first point of call. Our industry is always the last. So, if in doubt, pick up the phone, give us a shout, and we can advise you on the best way forward. We don't charge for our advice, and we're always to have a happy chat and take you through the options available. And don't forget, Able Enforcements are experts in their field, not only in commercial rent recovery, but also traveller evictions and protester evictions. We've been dealing with travellers and protesters now for nearly 25 years. We have a team of specially trained officers who can deal with these for you. And of course, if it's travellers on your land, then we can deal with them under common law. No need to get a court order. You can see the telephone number behind me, but as I said, if in doubt, give us a shout. The number is 0845 3707 401, and where possible, we don't use answer phones. You'll always find somebody on the end of the phone. Until now, stay safe, enjoy yourselves, and let's hope we can all get back to some sort of normality very, very soon.